All right, right now we're at Capsul Studios in Toronto, Canada. I'm here with.
Miles Freedom.
So I wanted to kick off and start straight to the point. When did you start DJing?
I started DJing, I think, fall 2017.
And what made you want to start DJing?
To be honest, I always wanted to DJ. Like from time I was a little kid, but like the issue was just like, equipment's just so expensive. You know, it's kind of like one of those things you tell your parents and they're just like, oh, okay, but
The buy-in's super expensive.
yeah.
How did you first start? Like, what was your first gig, first controller?
So it was crazy because like basically like in university, like I had this roommate who DJ'd and like he actually had all the equipment and I just never like bothered to practice. Like it just seemed like so intimidating to me.
Yeah.
And then yeah, when I moved to Toronto or whatever, I don't know, I was working a lot. I had some money, you know, so I ended up just buying like a used controller. I was like, whatever, like I'm just gonna like practice, you know, we'll see what comes with it. Just kind of like on my own timing, you know.
Yeah. Which one was it?
It was I don't even remember, to be honest. DDJ, like maybe like 200 or something like that. Yeah,
Like the $300 one.
It was actually expensive, but like because I got it like second hand, it wasn't that much. But it was like actually I think it was broken when I bought it. I ended up like getting rid of it not too like long after, but it's what got me started.
What was your first memorable gig?
Definitely Camp 4. That was like where I started. It's like this place at like Dundas and Ossington. Basically my friend Apple's like she worked at the bar. Like I had been going out. I like essentially like whenever I practiced DJing it would mostly be like as a like before I went out, like my friends would come over and I would just like play music in the background type shit. But yeah, I don't know, I built confidence like through time, and then yeah, I told her like anytime there's a slot opening for DJs, just like holla at me and I'm there. I would like bring my controller with me, you know, invite as many friends as I can, so like it's lit. And yeah, that's where it all started really.
For someone who's never seen you spin or went to one of your gigs, what genre do you spin?
Oh no.
Or the genres you spin?
I play like, I don't know, dance music, club music, black music, you know. Piano is a huge one for me for sure, which is like South African like house vibes. I don't know, it's a lot. And honestly, it depends on the venue, but I would say my bag, like where I really like enjoy playing, is like anything from like 125 to like 130 BPM. Honestly, could get me. It doesn't really matter the genre, as long as it like makes you dance. Yeah, I'm there.
Do you have a specific artist you always run back to while DJing? Like the club's dead and you want to spin one person to get the club back?
Lately, damn, that's a tricky one, to be honest. There's so many different songs that do it. But no, I wouldn't say there's a specific artist. I get a lot of like my songs, like they're just like edits from like SoundCloud. So it's like, you know, it could be like this one person who has like maybe like only one song uploaded and like 600 like listens, you know. But that one song was just like just so fire, you know. But they don't even have anything else to follow, or like I just don't even like any of the other tracks that they put out. So like I have a lot of songs like that. But like, if I could really think though of like one song that I could play right now that everyone would just love, I don't know. There's too many actually. Never mind. Sorry.
I know, like when the pandemic came over, obviously DJing is not going on throughout the pandemic because clubs were closed.
Right.
I wanted to know like how you adapted as a DJ to keep your creativity flowing when you couldn't go to the clubs.
Right. I don't know. I would just dig. Honestly, I just like dug a lot. I pretty much just loaded up my arsenal and I was like, yo, when I get to play, like I have so much songs, like I'm ready to rinse. But the pandemic actually helped me, like as much as like that's funny to say, but like that's when we like started isms. That's when we started I'm a Problem. And these are like things we were able to build a community with and like are like really strong right now in Toronto. So like it was like a blessing and a curse, you know. It made me realize like, well, like if I wanted to DJ more, I just had to do my own parties. That was the mentality for that.
For the people who don't know, what is isms?
Isms is a collective co-founded by myself and Droop. and basically we're just trying to create a space for anyone to enjoy, like, and just kind of release, you know, whether it be through raves, whether it be like just like simple, not simple, but like more casual things like galleries, just like really about building communities and also intertwining different communities, you know. It's like there's no real guideline to wanting to support or be a part of like the isms community, you know. We're very open in all ways, and we just want to push, like, continue kind of like pushing like the normal, like any experience that we partake in, you know. We want to do our own like take on it and make sure that it's different than what other people are doing currently.
And what's your favorite venue to spin at in Toronto?
My favorite venue to spin at in Toronto, honestly, I don't have one. I think
Bounce all over.
Yeah, I think I like warehouse vibes, you know. So, but honestly, that could just be a room. It all depends on
like a DIY thing.
Yeah, on the setup. I'm more like, if the sound is like good, I'm happy.
What's your ideal DJing setup in a club?
Ideal DJing setup? Damn, I don't know what these speakers are. They're like, what would you say, like maybe like 3-4 feet?
Big Yorkville speakers.
Yeah, basically just like a super like huge sound system. Like, I want to be able to like feel the bass like in my chest.
Yeah.
Like, I almost want to be like nervous to stand near the speaker. But yeah, just like really clear sound. Like, don't have to redline. You feel it. The crowd feels it. And it just like, yeah, it's just like, I don't know. There's some songs, like, and just like music in general, like if it's not played properly, like you just won't get it.
What about like what you're like the controllers you're spitting on? What's the ideal setup?
Dream setup, like four white CDJs, maybe red, like whichever. The one Virgil has.
The clear ones, Virgil.
Yeah, those are pretty crazy. Yeah. So I think to have that with like awesome sound, like, man, I'm drooling.
Right. What's your advice to a new upcoming DJ to start getting their first gigs, start using CDJs?
Just be fearless, honestly, and like whenever you have a chance to practice, like whether it's for free, whether like, you know, someone wants to book you and they're not trying to pay you, but you want to get better, just like, you know, invest in it. Like, don't have too much of an ego. Obviously, like, you know, there comes in a time and a place where it's like, don't accept that shit, but like, yo, when you're just starting, like, just be hungry, like try to DJ as much as you can, get your sound out. Like, a large part of like becoming a successful DJ is just people trusting your music taste, you know, and expecting you to be consistent. Consistency is another thing, you know, and like as much as like music taste and like song selection is important, also just like get good at transitioning, because people do notice, and yeah, you just want to always be ready to
throw your mixes up online.
Yeah, always have a backup USB too, especially using CDJs. You know, ask a lot of questions when you're out and you see other DJs that are like, you know, established and good. Like, watch them, look how they transition, watch Boiler Room, shit like that. Like, you can always like learn through those videos. You know, I think a lot of I probably like get a bunch of like transitioning ideas just from watching people live or like Boiler Rooms.
What are some of your favorite DJs coming out of Toronto?
Out of Toronto, obviously Kazim, my dog, my friend Parrish Anthony, who was like my roommate in university. Like, we always wanted to DJ, so it's crazy that like he's like doing that now too. Chanelo's really great. Hangout, Minzy, Kiga, my friend Sammy Ore. There's so many. There's a lot that I love, and there's a lot that I have to hear too. Like, I feel like there's so many like up and coming DJs. It's exciting, you know, because I mean, it also adds a little bit of competition, which is cool. It's like, if you actually want to get booked, you know, you have to really like do your best.
Get out there.
Yeah, Nino too. Tish, yeah, all great DJs.
What's your dream gig to get? Whether it be, what's your dream gig to get?
My dream gig, I think, would just to be like, to do like, I don't know, like a show, like have like a DJ like show, like where it's like it's not even like a festival or whatever. It's like people just come out to hear me DJ,
Like a
you know,
K-Tronada
yeah,
type
that would
show,
be crazy.
like a tour.
Yeah, which means I probably gotta start producing sooner than later. But yeah, something like that, or even like just a really really big like festival would be crazy with like thousands of people.
Fire. What where can the people find you throughout the summer?
Outside, probably at one of my friends' events, or at an ISM event, or I'm a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna be DJing a lot, so I'll be there to be seen. You know, probably Montreal, hopefully in Europe soon. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on in Toronto, especially.
Where do you want to see the DJing culture take off in the next 5 years?
Where do I want to see? I just want Toronto to be respected. I want DJs coming out of Toronto to be respected. You know, not second guess. Like, so yo, if you're popping in Toronto, you can probably play music in Europe too. You know, like that's how I want people to think of us. I don't want like, you know, there's like I just feel like, you know, there's if you come out of any other place like New York or LA and you're like a poppin' DJ there, you know, it automatically like transfers over anywhere you go. Whereas Toronto is not quite there yet, even though we have so much talent. But yeah, that's really what I want. And I want to see more DJs. I want I want a lot more DJs. I want to be able to like I enjoy going out too and listening to other people, you know, and listening to new music that I like but haven't heard yet. You know, that's what DJs. That's what I think. Is my job as a DJ. You know, it's like it's a balance of playing like things people like, but I also want to put you onto new stuff that maybe you haven't heard before. You know,
We're at Capsul Studios right now, day before your pop-up. I wanted to talk about Freedom World just a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
For someone who hasn't seen Freedom World, what is Freedom World? What are you doing with it?
Freedom World is just me pushing whatever creative ideas I have, you know, and not feeling shy or limited because I'm also known for doing something else, whether it be modeling, whether it be DJing. You know, it's kind of just like fuck you to like standards, like what, like I think I can do whatever I want, really. You know, if I want to design jewelry one day, I'll design jewelry, and like you know, it can be good just because like, I could be new to it, but it could still be good. I could still have good ideas. And yeah, just about pushing that, like just do what you want if you like it, you know, like don't feel like you have to like come up through a traditional route in order to do something, or you have to have like a certain amount of experience. You know, everybody starts somewhere, and yeah, just kind of to push that notion.
This interview will drop probably after the pop-up happens, but let's talk about what the people can expect for tomorrow.
Damn, bro. An experience.
I'll pan to the big speakers later, but we got that.
Yeah, we got these crazy speakers. We have also really amazing DJs. You know, I'm excited for people. A lot of this stuff that I'm dropping, nobody's seen yet. Like only a small handful of people, even my friends, like haven't even seen it. So I'm excited to just share that with everyone and like get their feedback. There's things I've been working on for like, or a lot, not working on, but I've kind of like had sitting around for years, which I'm kind of like opening up to the public, just ideas that I had that if I like, you know, fruition into something real. Yeah, and then live music, we're gonna like record everything, you know, we're gonna record the experience entirely of the event, which would be really cool and like not really done often in Toronto, especially regarding like sounds. So I'm really excited to capture that and yeah, just like see everyone that's been supporting the brand from day one or this week, whatever, you know. I'm excited to see who comes and what they think. The
collection's fire. The t-shirts, the puzzles, everything you got dropping. We shot the lookbook on the beach.
Yeah.
Chill day.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see all the people wear it.
Yeah, it's wild because like I didn't even like, so like the t-shirts I shot, like I ended up switching up and they're actually like way better in my opinion.
You switched the t-shirts?
Yeah, I switched them. So like basically, yeah, like we hand dyed all of them instead of having them like as a preset color. So yeah, just like I don't know, a lot of work went into this shit, you know, a lot of trial and error. We've been planning this pop-up for like what, almost a month and a half. Like we had a lot of hiccups, we got shit postponed, so like the fact that it's finally happening is just crazy. Also like it's crazy because I never ever thought like it would I would be doing this. You know, like it really just started off as a hobby. I was like, yo, I just want to make shit. People liked it, and I was like, okay. It kind of inspired me to like keep going, and like, you know, and that's like how I continue. Just like, yeah, just like having support helps me want to do more. So it's been a blessing, and I'm happy to be here. Dude.
I can't wait to pull up tomorrow and experience it. I kind of dodged this question at the beginning, but where are you from?
Where am I from? Okay. I was born in Toronto. I lived here since I was like 13.
Okay.
Pretty much like North York, kind of like Scarborough area. And then when I was 13, my family actually moved to the Cayman Islands. So like that was like kind of like huge for me in terms of like I don't know. It's like being in two different cultures. You know, being so used to one and then getting used to the other. I think it also just like broadened my sense of culture.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I think also all of those are contributed to like my brand. You know, you'll see things in it, like the colors, for example, like are very I would say Caribbean in a sort. But yeah, just a lot of different experiences that all feed into like I guess my creative process and just like how I think about things and the ideas that I come up with.
When did you move back to Toronto?
I moved back to Toronto after university, so like I was living in like, well, it was wild. It's like basically I was in the Cayman Islands till like from like 12 till 17, and then I was in Saskatchewan for like boarding school for a year, which was also a fucking experience. And then yeah, I came back to Toronto for like a year. Went to uni in London, Ontario, Western. Terrible experience. And then yeah, I came back to Toronto I think when I was like 21 or 22. Yeah.
What question I ask everyone, what's your favorite spot? If I was coming to Toronto and I'm new to Toronto, what's your favorite spot to eat, go out, and then maybe like check out or go chill?
Okay, well, favorite spot to eat, I mean, it depends what kind of cuisine you like. I mean, Sugo is a no-brainer if you like pasta.
What do you revisit all the time?
Bro, what do I visit? Honestly, I love Sugo. I can't lie, it's a little bit of a basic choice, but it never disappoints. I still think they have the best calamari in the city. Could be capping, but that's how I feel. And then also you have Ruru's right around the corner for ice cream, which is just like a crazy combo. And then what's to go out?
Yeah, go out.
Isms, I'm a problem. Living room, New Currency, Caruza, any of those, you're golden. Sorry if I missed anyone else. And the last one?
To go chill, like where are you chilling in Toronto? Or go check out?
That's a good question. I mean, right now, the city's blessed. We got trading floor. You can go chill there for sure. Aside from that, it's actually, I mean, if it's not summer, like I would say the park, but if it's not summer, I feel like that's actually an issue. It's like Toronto needs a place where creators could just chill.
Felt that.
Like for sure.
For real.
There needs to be more public spaces like that where yeah, you're able to work and network or whatever, and it's not like a membership type deal.
I wanted to talk about your modeling career just a little bit. How'd you get into modeling?
I got into modeling because my mom, she just like kept telling me to try it.
Okay.
So I ended up like just going into like, I don't know, it was like a mall casting, I think. It was like this agency was at a mall in London, Ontario actually. I forget, White Oaks Mall I think it's called. And I went in, they were interested in me, but they ended up being super sketchy. So like, I like left them, and then when I moved back to Toronto, I just like kind of met with agencies in the city. Ended up signing with Elmer Olsen. Yeah, and I was working in the hospitality industry at the same time, and then it just kind of started picking up. Like, you know, I had a few jobs, and then a few jobs turned into more jobs, and then it kind of like became a thing that I could actually just like survive independently off of, which was like really amazing. Brought me to like a lot of cool places. Like I was able to go to New York, you know, I'm able to travel to like Germany, which was huge, London. It's kind of like all over. It's brought me so many places. I met so many people, and it just also has helped me in DJing as well, because they kind of like the same worlds.
Yeah, you explore all the places, find the sounds, bring it back to Toronto.
Exactly, and now the clothing too is just like everything is just like is one, which is really cool.
Any dream brands or gigs you have for modeling that you want to put out there?
Dream, Gap needs to holler at me ASAP. I would love to do Gap. And Nike. Nike's like probably my biggest dream.
The biggest one,
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for doing this. I'm excited to see you around this summer. Always love every gig you put on. The music's always great. The people are always great. Where can the people find you if they don't know?
You can find me at Miles Freedom. There's also Freedom World on Instagram. The O's a U. And then I think Miles Freedom everywhere else. SoundCloud, Spotify. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you.
go check out Miles this summer.
Yeah, please.